Hello, everyone. I'm Maria DeRosa, and this is our Ladies of the Kitchen 30-minute chat. And I am beyond excited for this month's special guest. It is an amazing, well, of course, all my guests are amazing, but this one has a special level of amazing. Her name is Jillian Pawlowski. And let me tell you, this is what she in the world, okay? And I mean, she does it like she's a trauma-informed certified transformation coach. So what does that mean for those of you? Well, first of all, I think all of us know what trauma is because we've pretty much all experienced it at least once or a couple times in our life. But she specializes in taking radical self-love, metacognition, and unifies with her tools and resources your mind, your body when you're working with her, so that you take this trauma and you learn to love life and yourself all over again. I mean, how cool is that? And my best ever little tidbit about this woman, and then we'll get into it, is in her own words, what she said is her calling. And this is it, guys, simple and to the point. I want to make the world a kinder, more loving place. And to give you an example, the reason I have her on here is when we finally met in person, I just remember looking at her. She didn't have to smile. I mean, she didn't have to do anything. She just radiated that calling, kinder, more loving. And so this is what she does in the world. So welcome to Ladies of the Kitchen 30-minute chat, Jillian.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. That was a lovely introduction. I appreciate that. And I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, great. So I'm sure people are looking at you and go, this girl is relatively young. So, I mean, did you just wake up like when you were 5 and say, oh, this is what I'm going to do? Or did you have some sort of recent epiphany? I mean, how did all this come about?
It's a great question because I think that, when you're a child, isn't that like the purest version of you? And then, of course, you have your life experience and your life story, which will wind you around and lead you to finding your place in the world and what you really want to do. So, no, it most certainly was not always what I wanted to do. I think it was who I was to begin with, right? That true self, which gets twisted and turned along the way. And when I started to do the inner work for myself to peel back the layers and rediscover that true part of me, that's when I was like, oh, this is it. Because along the way, it can be treacherous. Life can be very lifey, as we like to say, and sometimes really painful and struggly. And when I started to peel back the layers and reconnect with my true self, there's no greater joy and like awe and it's amazing to reconnect with your true self. And as I began to do that for myself and realize how possible it is and how powerful it is and life-changing it is, that's when I, decided, oh, I got to turn back around and get everybody else out, of course, if they're willing and ready, right? And if that's
Oh, I love that. So what is your unique flavor that you bring? Because I'm sure you're not the only one that is certified with, trauma and different areas of trauma. So what would you say, oh, this is me and this is what I bring to you?
Good question. I think that it's who I am. I think that it's my energy. And like you said, it's so like unfamiliar to speak about myself in this way, but I will do it
This is great.
because I've discovered that I'm radiant. And secret or spoiler alert, everybody is.
Is radiant. Yes.
Everybody is, yes. And I just think that I it's the radical self-love piece. I have learned to radically love myself, and therefore I can just open my arms up so wide and show others how they can unconditionally, which seems radical, right?
Right.
Love themselves, express themselves, accept themselves. And I think that's I guess what would make me unique is that I embody it and demonstrate it. And it's the energy I give. It's the energy I bring to what I do in the world and who I serve.
And I love that you can say that with confidence because most entrepreneurs, we don't want to classify anybody or be judgmental, but I have come to find that there's so many entrepreneurs that feel like they have to illustrate their credentials. And look at me, here are all the certificates and the credentials. And yet, what really brings people to work with a coach or to work with someone, whether it's in a safe setting or one-on-one, don't you agree? It's who that person is. And since you already know that about you, I really feel that's going to be an attraction and you're just going to do fabulous. And I know that that's why people come to you. So,
Thank you. I know it about me, and I
mhm.
know it about every living being, whether or not they recognize it within themselves. And the reason I can have such confidence is because I don't expect perfection out of myself. I'm like bold in like saying that's where the radical self-love is. That's
Yes.
where I can be confident because I'm also confident in my flaws. I'm also confident in I don't know everything. I'm
Right.
confident in fallibility,
Yeah.
which the radical self-love piece. So that's where the confidence can really shine through because I'm not holding myself to any false.
Standard or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. So, as you know, everybody requires food and needs food. So you're a foodie.
Yes.
Um, I would love to know what is your favorite all-time healthy dish and why?
I'm gonna stick to what my favorite is, which I
Okay,
guess is healthy.
okay.
It like Brazilian home style cooking
Oh,
is my
really?
favorite.
Okay, so
Yes.
tell me why. Was there an experience that you had that kind of connected you that way, or?
A girlfriend of mine growing up, one of my best friends, she's Brazilian, her family's Brazilian, they're from Brazil, and eating meals at her home. And I used to work with her family's company. And so whenever they would make food, it is just, it soothes my palate and my stomach in my body in such a way. It tastes amazing. And it's hard to describe what it is about it. You know, some of the vegetables that they include are exotic, or maybe it's their generous use of like garlic that I love. I'm not sure, but it's so good.
Oh my gosh. Well, just from the way you shared it, I believe it was, I want to give credit to the right chef. I'm not sure if it was, the one that always wore pearls, that came to America. I can't even remember her name right now. But she was always talking about, and so was, at times, Rachel Ray and Martha Stewart, that the
You mean
perfect
Julia
ingredient.
Childs?
Yes, Julia Child. Thank you. Julia Child, that's who gets credit, would say, you can follow my recipes to the T, but it's the love that you put into it. And from right now, when you described your friends, I'm thinking, oh my God, they must have just loved doing this with you, having you sit with them and you enjoying it, the friendship that you had with your friend. I mean, the whole bit.
It's family style cooking. That's why it's not a dish. It's whatever they make because it's made in like family serving sizes and family serving styles. It's the way the food is served. It's
Yes.
so family oriented and has like, generational teachings of like how it's prepared that is
Yes.
just in their soul and you can taste it. You
Oh, I
can taste
love
that they
that.
measure like the butter and the garlic with their heart.
And you, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but when you have a chance, just tell them sometime how much you appreciate that. Because I always tell people, you don't realize either you've had wonderful experiences with food and relation, or it was sad, in some way. Maybe mom was always working, maybe dad was always gone, whatever. But if you've had even just one, really tell that person because they may not even realize the time and effort they put in, how much that meant to you. So that's so cool. Who do you look up to the most? Do you have a special person or entity or in your life?
Um, as far as a person who's alive today, my husband, I really look up to him. He models kindness so naturally and so generously. It blows my mind. I look up to him so much.
That's probably why you are attracted, right?
I guess that, and he's a chef, and food's the key to my heart. So
Okay, girl, I got to interview him next.
yeah,
I love
yes.
it. So if somebody wanted to know something fun and quirky about you, what would that be?
Hmm. Fun and quirky. I love to dance. And I mean, I guess what people love about that is I love to twerk. I would not say I'm the best twerker out there, but I do twerk from the heart, just like cooking. So that's all that matters, right?
Exactly. And that's not easy to do. I'm sorry. I give you credit because I witnessed it, you guys, and she does it with style. I mean, you just want to do it and you don't even like, what am I doing? Oh, that's
I've been invited to give like a twerk tutorial that I hope plays out. Again, not that I'm a master twerker, but I twerk from the heart. And I would argue that everybody can do it. It's so much less about what it looks like and more about how it feels, like how much
feels.
fun we're having.
Yeah, right. So, anybody that is in your arena, and you actually said in the beginning when you were talking about yourself, how much you look forward to always learning and growing. So, I know most people that embrace that as a belief have something that they're always reading to help the mind. Do you have a particular book that you're reading right now? What is that?
Yeah. Yes, I'm reading Radiant Rest by Tracy Stanley.
Okay.
She's she's a brilliant author and master, I would say, yoga nidra practitioner. And
Oh,
so
wow.
Radiant Rest is all about yoga nidra, which is a yoga style. It's more meditative and restorative. You're actually not really moving at all.
Wow. Are you enjoying it? Does she give you actual like steps to kind of, oh wow.
She gives endless resources in this book. It is for practitioners, like teachers. It's for people who simply like yogis who want to practice. It's for the curious. It's for researchers. She gives so many step-by-step instructions for each type of reader who's reading it, right? It's not just for yoga
Oh
teachers, it's not just
wow.
for practitioners. I highly recommend it. Radiant Rest by
I
Tracy
love the
Stanley.
name. The name is
Mhm.
fabulous. And I bet that's going to be so helpful with the work that you do as well, because you'll be able to um, kind of like tweak it to whatever your client's needs are with all the different suggestions that she offers. That's awesome.
Certainly, I would love to get certified as a yoga nidra practitioner and offer that. I listen to yoga nidra meditations and practice it myself every night when I'm going to sleep, every single night.
And do you feel that that helps you sleep better?
Yes. I uh I give unsolicited advice anytime anybody says, "Oh, I'm having trouble sleeping." I'm like, "Have you tried yoga nidra? Have you tried yoga nidra yet?" Because it works for me like a charm. It so systematically drops you out of the thinking mind and then into a felt sense of your body. And then you enter various levels of safety and stillness in your energy. It's magical. It's magical.
And it doesn't take very long, does it? I mean, we are talking like what, 10, 15 minutes or
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So people
You
always
take as
freak
long as
out
you
like
want.
they think it's going to be forever. They go, "Oh my God, I have an hour." And I go, "No, I'm sure some of these are like within your range, 10 minutes. You're going to be going like this anyway with your head, right?"
Well,
So,
I'll tell you, I don't think this is the intention for Yoga Nidra. You might like try to stay awake so you can enjoy that
right,
mindless like consciousness, but I fall asleep every single time before it ends. So it's as long as you can stay awake for, really.
right. Exactly. That's what I think is the goal. That's fantastic. So, do you feel like you've had your aha moment in life?
Over and over and over again, Maria.
Oh my gosh, I love that answer.
And it's an ing. It happens every day. It just continues to happen. I haven't, it's not a final moment. The climax hasn't been peaked at all, but yes, yes, aha moments, and I've made it moments over and over and over again. And I anticipate more, but like in a relaxed way because it's already here.
Yes, yes. Oh, fantastic. So what special vision do you see for yourself in the near future? Would you like to
In
share?
the In the very near future, I am going to teach a group of educators. I'm a coach in Jen Rafferty's Empowered Educator. And so I'm going to take a group of educators through the methodology that changed my life. I'm going to take them through the same program. And I'm so, so, so excited to deliver the mind body evolutionary experience or the neuro identity evolution process with a group of educators this summer. That's the nearest vision that I'm very, very excited
And,
for.
and you know what? I'm a former high school teacher. And let me
Yes.
tell you, if anyone can benefit, it is those that are teaching the next generation, right? So kudos to you, kudos to Jen, and for those educators saying yes, because they know they want to be the best presence that they can be. And for saying yes, oh my gosh, it's going to be a no-brainer experience. Oh, I'm so proud of you for doing that work. So
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. It's so important for the educators for themselves. So that way they can have longevity in their career and feel great about it. And
yeah,
then of course, yes, the bonus ripple effect gift that's given to their colleagues, their families, and their students. So many things that, we weren't taught growing up.
right.
Maybe the future generation will have a different experience because educators are so important in the kids' lives. Let's
Oh.
seriously give them their due credit of how much time and energy they share with the future generation.
Yeah,
And
and I really feel that a lot of individuals walking the planet have lost that respect. And it is what it is. But the fact that you are doing what you can to change that, kudos, my friend. So,
thank you.
um, how would you like to be remembered if, you know, we all have a day end on this planet. Mine's not coming soon because I'm planning to be doing a lot of stuff here. But if that were to happen, what would it be that you go, oh, this is how I want to be remembered?
Gosh, that's a good question. Let me think about that for a second. How would I want to be remembered? I guess I would want to be remembered as a woman who saliently loved life and went after it and played full out. And I hope that it inspires others to do the same.
So let me ask you a question about your family. Do you have brothers, sisters, mom, dad? How do they look at you today? How did they look at you in the past?
I do. I have two sisters and both parents. They're proud of me. They're happy for
Oh,
me.
that, that's a blessing right there, right?
Yeah,
It's
I don't think
the
about that
support.
often. So thank you for asking that.
Yeah, it's a support that a lot of people do not have in the world. So to be able to have that support along with what you're doing and forging forward, it's a real gift. All
Yeah.
right. How would you like to wrap this up? What wonderful advice would you give somebody that's kind of like starting off, getting out of college or getting out of their own way right now, and just like, okay, I have this gift. I think I finished my whatever I'm doing here. What do I, like, how would you tell them this is what I think might want to consider?
I guess what I would say is start by taking the pressure off to know. S- Chill. Because I know especially maybe at that age or in that demographic or for anyone who's feeling like what do I want to do now? How do I start? Where do I go? What do I do?
Right.
When you remove the pressure to know and have it figured out, it will chill you out, and then you may be open more to explore and play and follow your heart's highest excitement. And then honestly, your life's experience following your heart's excitement, it'll do the work for you. The path will unfold. So if everyone can just take a collective deep breath and relax and not take themselves or what they do or anything for that matter so seriously,
Right.
that's where to start.
And just to kind of take that a step further, don't you agree? Everybody's always worried about a timeline. Oh my gosh, I'm already 50 or 60 or like in my case, 70. And it's like, not much time. And I better figure this out now. It's like, there's no time frame really. And just do it, just be, right? And relax a little bit. Yeah, I get that. And I think that that's where your work that you do is going to be so powerful, because so many individuals, whether they're, my age, younger, or whatever, older, it's kind of there. And once we get through that fogginess that the mind wants to tell us this, and we do this instead, I think we'll all just be better off on the planet, and all get
Yeah,
along.
I like that gesture that you just did, like, oh, shake
Yeah,
it, open it up, just relax a little. Yeah.
yeah, right. All right. So where can people find you? Because I know that you're already radiating it out to everyone. They're going, where do I get this information from this girl?
Oh, thank you so much. I am on Instagram as Dreamworthy Life Coach, spelled all out, Dreamworthy Life Coach. And they can find me on Facebook too, Jillian Pawlowski. Come play, come hang out, come say hi.
Great. And I will be posting those links at the bottom of this wonderful chat when we're done, in case you didn't catch that. Thank you so much, everyone out there listening. If you have any suggestions, I always have a plethora of wonderful guests, but if you have any suggestions, just let me know. And thank you once again, Jillian. Go shine, because you do it so beautifully. I love you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Maria, so much. It was so fun. I love you too so much.
All right. Take care. Bye, everyone.